Good morning. Today we are going to discuss mock epic. Mock epic is parody of epic style. In epic, in last video we discussed what do you mean by epic. Epic has been presenting grandeur of thoughts, sumptuous panoramas, towering personalities, diction, good diction of writing, poetic language, and ideologies are worshipped. They are putting forward some kind of principles, life values, which are very necessary for the generation next. But when we are reading any kind of mock epic, it is also called as mock heroic epic. It is always in reverse in all that kinds of silent feature. When mock epics are presenting trivial incident of life, they are presenting common people instead of towering personalities or panoramas. These people are people of trivial nature. They are paying attention to the negligible things. Next to it, humor is the best. Humor is used as best of its merit to ridicule the follies of the society. If we are showing any person his folly or mistake in a plain language, he can't understand. But if the language is embellished in some humorous kind, the person will understand and will acquire the opinion suggested, because he will understand his mistake in a simple language, in a humorous language. So humor is used as just a weapon for this. Okay, next to it, we will concentrate on Alexander Pope's mock epic, The Rape of Lock. Alexander Pope was the leading figure of 18th century, and he was experiencing many kinds of political stripes, many kinds of what was then situation of the society. Aristocracy was on its peak, anarchy was experienced in the society, and in this way he wanted to show the follies of societies. He wanted to show the follies of aristocratic people, and not only that, he wanted to suggest some remedies upon that. Okay, so mock epic has been presenting the common situation of the society with the scope of improvement in them. In this mock epic, he has covered the story of two aristocratic family in five cantos. Okay, dramas are written in acts, while mock epics are written in cantos. Okay, now this Alexander Pope presented this mock epic in 1714. Okay, and it was the final version, and it is a considered fact that there was a conflict or dispute between two aristocratic families, and these aristocratic families were in constant struggle with each other, and this struggle is presented in this mock epic. Now Pope has been making parody of Homer's Iliad. Homer, the epic writer, the praiseworthy leading luminary of the literature, has presented Greek and Trojan war, and this war has some mythological accountability in Greek culture. So Homer's presentation of this epical war is parodized in Rape of Lock by Alexander Pope. These two aristocratic families are boosting over their supremacy in the society. Belinda has been presenting the first aristocratic family, while Baron has been presenting the next aristocratic family. Now the struggle or the dispute started on a trivial thing. Baron has broken hair lock of Belinda, which is very dear to her, and Baron has been taking great solace in her depression. Belinda has been feeling so depressed because her favorite lock has been broken by Baron. Okay, now this is the storyline on which the further panorama is structured. This kind of commonplace situations are presented in mock heroic epic. Further, we are watching Belinda preparing in front of mirror. This has been directed. This scene has been directed with the analogy that the soldier has been preparing himself with his armors and before leaving for a disastrous battle. Now Belinda has been preparing for playing games, gamble. Okay, there is a parody because the Trojan War, the mythological war, the epoch making war has been compared with the card of game or gamble. In this way, trivial situations are compared with the sumptuous panoramas. Further, these two families are this one by one. All family members get involved in this card of game. Okay. Now, further, when the game is played, Belinda becomes so furious, and Baron has been taking solace in her being furious. Further, at the this mock epic has been reaching to its climax, we see Clarissa. Clarissa's character has been presented as the epitome of worldly wisdom. She is so witty lady, and she has been convincing Belinda not to get involved in this tribe because this triple things and her triple mannerism is making her personality to look like clown. And in this way, Pope has presented this strife between two families. Simultaneously, he has been presenting Clarissa's character full with wisdom, which was contradiction of epic style. Because in epics, ladies were never presented in a lofty manner, but Pope has presented Clarissa in a lofty manner. She has been matching her thinking caliber, intellectual core with the masters of this society. So Pope masters exquisite mannerism in writing mock epic. Further, we can explain Dryden's mock epic, which is called as Absalom and Achitophel. Actually, it was a whipping attempt on Shaftesbury. He was a weak poet. Okay, and in this way, these mock epic writers has been lifting trivial incidents from the society. They are constructing their panorama. They are starting their epics with invocation of muses. Likewise, Milton started before writing Paradise Lost. Because epic writers wanted great strength to delineate their characters with equal strength. So, in starting with mock epic, Alexander Pope also invoked muses. That they should adore him with the gift of this artistic caliber. These mock epics has been presenting trivial mannerism of the society. Ideologies were completely divorced. Loftiness of thinking was on the downfall. Aristocracy was at the peak, and this aristocratic mannerism was so fake. And they people were boosting on their supremacy in this society, which is so pathetic mannerism. And in this way, all these characters are amalgamated in the mock epic. While reading that mock epics and going through pages, we are experiencing that the mock epic writer has a good intention of the improvement. He wanted to place a principal writing in front of these people and wanted improvement in their mannerism. Because if aristocracy was in prevailing position in that time, coffee houses culture was winning favor of people. This kind of culture will not be favorable for us in structuring a good society. So, with writing of these epics, Alexander Pope, otherwise Dryden, has been presenting the same outlook. They wanted their people to look into realities of matter. Superficialities and banalities are not useful in presenting the good panorama, good principles of human life. Okay, we want to keep pace with values of our life, and these values will be divorced if we are taking solace in the trivial mannerism. This trivial mannerism should be discarded, and we should accept the reality instead of fantasy. These aristocratic people were considering themselves lord of these people, not god but demigods. Okay, so they wanted to assert their supremacy in this society. While writing this mock epic, Pope has been discussing the same situations. He has been presenting the thinking, he has been presenting the trifleness of aristocracy life, because coffee houses and aristocratic people were making the society nothing but a trifle thing to live in with. So these principles and these life values should be adored, and all these kinds of trifleness, vanity, snobbery should be discarded. It was the whole and sole purpose of Alexander Pope. Humor is used as a weapon, because we can inculcate these kinds of lessons when people are being one with our thinking. If the reader has been reading between the lines, he will understand what is the intention of this epic writer behind writing this epic. Okay, behind writing this mock epic. So mock epic is a praiseworthy generation of our literature, through which some worthy lessons are put forward. Why taking these mock epic writers are taking a great effort in presenting follies of the society. They ridicule these follies, but their intention is quite right. They wanted to improve that follies. They wanted to present some kind of remedy on these follies. So society will be in balance. Society will be in complete harmony, and this harmony is expected by these writers. So these writers endeavored a lot to present this trivial mannerism and snobberies of human life, and their intention was quite right, that they wanted a principled life. Should be successful in prevailing in supremacy of our society, with supremacy of our society. So ideology should be worshipped, and this trivial mannerism, foolish and fake attitude of these people should be discarded. Ideologies should be worshipped again. And while reading this mock epic, we become introvert. We start to think in a right way, and this is the intention of this epic writer. So in my opinion, mock epic is a worthy generation, authentic writing, and has literary accountability, because they are presenting then society mannerism, and they wanted some kinds of improvement and required remedies in that direction. So their intention is quite praiseworthy. In my opinion, Alexander Pope's Rape of Lock is a worthy to read even now. So while writing, while reading that writing, while laughing with that characters, some boisterous situations making us so intact in feeling. Our emotional fervor is approached, and so we are feeling that while reading, we should be introvert, and we should think in a right way. So these writers are suggesting the same. Thank you.